everyone. This is Karen for our online healing community. Welcome to Creating Space. Today we have a special episode. It's called Ask Junaline Anything. Junaline is an Access Conscious certified facilitator. She was born in Manila, raised in Canada. She worked I know Japan. I'm not sure if US, and based in Lebanon. So please welcome citizen of the world, Junaline Musi. Hi, Junaline.
Rockstar.
And Rockstar.
Yes, the rock star
Right.
of the world.
So Rockstar, you've been going around. And for today, what we did was we invited people to ask you questions. And we have
Amazing. It's a party of
yes,
possibilities.
so it's a
Cool.
party. And we have with us Millennial Mangkuhula and newly certified Access Bars facility
Amazing.
practitioner, Lois Velosa. I think you'll be a facilitator. I keep on saying facilitator, Lois.
Yeah, what do you know, Karen?
Ooh, that's where
There.
the possibilities lie. Hello,
Yeah.
Julie. Thank you so
Hi,
much for
Liz.
having me.
Thank
So my
you. Thank you for having me here too. Am I clear? Do I appear
Yes.
clear? Because Lois
Yes.
doesn't appear clear. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
me.
yeah. It's
No,
okay.
is it
She's a
ooh,
little
Lois?
sorry,
Okay.
my
pixelated.
internet might not be
Okay.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we
StreamYard
can
is a
hear
little bit.
you.
Okay, good.
Okay, so my question for you is,
Yes.
um, when we have bars, we are expected, or well, we shouldn't be expecting, I guess. We should let the changes happen naturally, right? But what if the changes that we experience may be perceived as negative? Maybe it's something really bad that may happen. How do we deal with that?
You mean during the bar session?
Or after
After the
After.
after
bar
all
Oh,
that
session?
happens?
I'll
Yes.
give you context, June. Because I told them, because we were just talking yesterday, I told them, you know what? During the foundation, I learned numbers. And when I asked for change, like I used the number and the next day the change happened. The thing is, I felt like I was in paradise already. Like I felt I was in a good space there. But then the next day I was ousted out of the space that I felt was paradise. So there. And sometimes like, yeah. And then I was telling them stories of like drastic changes. So you might
Yes.
wanna
Great.
react to that.
Amazing. Yeah. So, okay. So you're talking about negative energies, Lois?
I don't know if you can describe it as negative, but it can be perceived as something really bad and
Yeah.
awful and
Yeah.
negative when something like what Karen went through happened. But then good things happened afterwards, but it all happened in retrospect, in the moment when it's so right in your face, when you have to confront the major change and it's something
Yeah.
you didn't expect or even want in that moment. How do you
Yeah.
deal with that? Or
Well, yeah, actually, what if there's no such thing as negative energy? What if it's just energy and like we ask for change to happen, we ask for change and we always have some kind of idea what change should look like, with our body or the way we're going to be, do, act. But it doesn't always appear like that. It doesn't always go like that. Actually, change is change. So what you could ask for is like an energy is just energy. Energy is just is actually what we consider positive or negative. It's just our judgment of that energy based on how it feels like, maybe, for with to, how it feels like to our body, or how it feels like. Usually when something is uncomfortable, we call it negative, or when something is really really good, is positive. But what if, like, everything's the opposite what it appears to be. And so there's there this expression, right, the crazy phrase, everything is the opposite of what it appears to be and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. But change is change. And like, what would it take? I would ask the question, what would it take to have total ease with the change that I'm asking for, or whatever that is you're doing. You're facilitating a class, or giving a bar session. Ask for what could be possible. What are the infinite possibilities of this session, of this class, of being with this person, for example, of just this work. Because it's like energy, if we did not have to judge it as right or wrong, or good and bad, hence the clearing statement, what could show up, what possibilities await behind what we've decided and concluded as that. So I would ask, the mantra of access, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory.
Yes.
Yeah. So this would be a great invitation because everything else can happen kind of what seemingly chaotic on the outside, on the external, right? And it's so easy to assume, it's easy to conclude and decide, oh my God, nothing's changing. Oh no, this is so bad, it's terrible. Or, I'm going through this, da 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 da. But actually, what if it's part of the process? It's also part of the process. You know, as human beings, as humanoid embodiments, it's like we are here to experience all kinds of energies. And what would it take to have total allowance of all those energies that show up with no judgment nor point of view of it? So just ask for ease. Always ask for ease. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're creating, ask for ease. Ease, not easy, ease. It can be
Ease.
easy too. Right, it
What
can
what
be
is the
easy as
difference
well.
between ease and easy? What is
Easy,
it? Yeah.
yeah, easy is like facile, it's like easy, something easy. And actually it can be easy, something can be easy. Something can be easy, like it's like kind of an adjective to describe something that's doable, achievable, possible.
Right.
But when we say with ease, it's like even though it can be uncomfortable, even though it seems impossible, it can come to you with ease no matter how it will show up. It's ease, it's a noun. So it's like the energy of ease is different from the energy of easy. You can have easy and ease at the same time. Why not? Ask for it. Yeah, do you get that? Do you get that the difference?
Yeah.
Cool.
Was that
Okay.
clear for you, Lois, or do you have any other question for Junaline?
I think that's it. Like dealing with, so basically, if changes come through, we ask for ease, or we we experience it with ease and the
Yeah.
allowance of
Yeah.
it.
Yes. And being in allowance means actually being in the interesting point of view,
Right.
right?
Junaline, yeah, I would like to ask Siguro for Lois's questions. Can you give us like a concrete example when you experience something seemingly difficult, but you were able to go through it with ease?
You
Just so
know
it's
what?
concrete for her.
Yeah. So what I would do in that case is just ask the question, be in the question. It's something that I really love about Access Consciousness. My favorite tool is actually asking the question. And also as a life coach, this is how I learned to coach. It's like to ask the questions. But with the tools of Access Consciousness, it really invites you to not just ask the question, but be in the question. It takes time, it takes practice to be in the question, to be automatically be in the question, you know. So did I freeze everybody, or you are all
No,
frozen?
we can hear you. We can
Ta-da!
hear you. We can hear you, June.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, and so what I wanted to say about that is like when something seemingly, I don't know, difficult or stressful or like yuck and stuck, I would just ask the question all the time. And even in the asking of the question, you don't expect an answer. The beautiful thing about Access Consciousness tools is being in the question is actually to invite an insight or an awareness, because an answer is always like kind of a judgment. If you say there's only one
Right.
answer, there's only one solution. But if it's like a question out of awe, out of curiosity, out of really like, you know what you know, which is actually a little bit paradoxical because we all know. And when we say we don't know, that's a lie. But
Right.
when we are in the question, not asking a question for the sake of I don't know the answer, but like asking the question, what is possible here? Like a
Right.
question that invites like, oh my God, what else is possible I haven't considered if I didn't conclude If I didn't decide this is the only way to do it, or this is the only way I can be it, my goodness, what could be possible? The universe is pregnant with possibilities. And it's our mind that creates this limitation within this context, with this framework that, okay, what we know, what we think we know is what we know. But in fact, what you know is beyond what you think you know. So if you tap into your awareness, what are you aware of? The beautiful thing about access bars is actually it deletes your points of views that limit you. Maybe on the subconscious level, you're not aware of it. Yeah, so it creates this kind of space where you start functioning from a different reality, and you will be different. Might not be today, might be next year, but you will be different. Yeah. So
Is it
sometimes when
that
people think, oh, nothing is changing, nothing is changing, nothing is changing. What if it's already changing and you have already just decided nothing is changing? We need proof. Humans need proof all the time. If you can see it, you can touch it, you can smell it. It's not real. You are an energetic being. You're an infinite being. You are beyond your body and what you're capable of. Yeah.
You were saying something, Lois?
Oh, I was going to ask.
Yeah.
So when doing the access bars or access consciousness,
Yeah.
we are being recalibrated to a different frequency. Is that how it works? So when you delete point of views in your heads and judgments, it allows space for new possibilities, new experiences, changes, and then it's up to us to decide if it's good or bad. But we shouldn't be judging at all, right? We were not supposed to judge,
Yeah.
but we're seeing the changes
Well,
continuously.
there's
Whether
there's nothing like you're not supposed to. Of course, you're free to be who you want to be and to choose what you want to choose. Um, but the thing is with the bars, it's like, what if you could just receive it without thinking too much about it? The thing is, sometimes we have to compare it to some other modality that we learn or any techniques or anything like that, and it's not going to create much for you if you're going to be comparing it to something else or a reference point to something that you've done in the past. What if you could treat access bars as something totally new and something different? It is different. It doesn't require you to talk even during a session unless you want to talk. So it's about receiving, like fully receiving. A lot of the times we're not taught to fully receive and be in total allowance and being total vulnerability. We always like, I do this, I do. No, it's okay, no, thank you, no, I'll do it by my, like this. Like we're not taught to just receive. Or when we receive, we think we have to give, we have to reciprocate.
right.
But actually, in receiving, you are gifting already. It's a totally different reality. It's totally different, I guess, paradigm, like
Right.
access consciousness and the bars, like the more you do the bars, and you only get better at the bars when you practice it. Then you explore all kinds of energies that will arise. Like it opens up to your ability as a healer, your ability and your capacity as like a body whisperer, and also even like a psychic. Yeah. So it just like it's a practice. You just have to practice it. That's the only way you can discover more of the beauty, the ease, the joy, and the glory is by practicing it.
Thank you
So
very
start
much.
practicing.
Yes,
Yeah.
everything in life comes with each joy and glory.
Yeah. Thank you,
Say
Lois,
it
for
10 times in the
joining us.
morning.
Thank you, Karen. Huh?
Yeah.
Say it
So
10
that's your
times in the
assignment.
morning.
Yes. I actually write it in my
10 times in the morning.
affirmations.
10 times at night.
Oh, can I tell you something? Is it okay? May kwento
Yes,
real quick.
please. Yes, please. May
Because I
kwento.
made this deck of cards. Sorry, I'm advertising.
No,
I made
it's
this
okay.
deck
It's okay.
called Vital Affirmations. And I didn't know. And I've learned this mantra a long time ago already, the all of life comes with ease, joy, and glory, from my other hypnotherapist. But I didn't know it was related to access because I didn't know anything about it. And so when I made
Right.
this deck of cards, these are all affirmations,
Awesome.
but I left one card blank. And you can write whatever affirmation you want. And I made this deck 2 years ago already, or was it last year? I forget. And
Yeah.
so I actually wrote here. I want to show you guys because
Yes, please.
maybe
I'm
feel
having
the
goosebumps.
coincidence.
I
Yeah.
kind of
And
know
you feel
what's
there's no
there.
coincidences here. So this is the Joker card. And this is what I wrote. Can you guys read it? All of life comes with ease, joy, and glory.
Oh,
We
wow.
didn't,
I can't.
can't
I
really,
Conscious
can't.
focus. I
I
had
But
can't
no
really
idea.
see it.
wow. So you really
And
resonate with the
I think it
energy.
was meant that for me to discover this. Yeah.
Great. Yay.
Yeah. I
Thank
forgot to show
you
that
for
to you
sharing.
yesterday or the
I,
other day,
yeah,
Karen. I
I
forgot.
didn't know that
Yeah,
story. But you really
yeah.
resonate with the energy, no? Even
Yes.
before.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
I
so
want
much,
to share that.
Louis. And thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
sharing that story.
Thank
We'll
you.
see
Thank
you
you so much, Julie,
soon.
and thank you, Karen.
Okay, thank
All right.
you. Bye. Okay, and now, wow, that was an interesting story that she actually resonated with the mantra of access consciousness 2 years, even before she became a facilitator. How cool is I? Oh my gosh, I think Lois will be a facilitator soon because I keep on saying Lois introducing you as a bars facilitator or probably a CF. Why not? And now we have with us modern day wizard June Hebrew, and June will ask you his questions. June, because Junaline is
Hi.
also called June, diba? That's also
Yeah.
your nickname. Yeah.
Hi, Katukayo. Do you know what Katukayo means? Ha.
Same
Do you
name. You have the same
Sorry.
name.
Yes,
do you know what Katukayo means?
June is my nickname.
Yeah.
Same name.
Yeah, same namesake. All right. So anyway,
Yeah,
welcome.
Katukayo. Katukayo. Because my dad's nickname is June, actually.
So you guys are
June,
Katukayo.
like J U
We are
N.
all Katukayo.
Yeah, but my nickname is June. Like my friends call me June or Junie,
All right. So anyway, I'm so
close
excited to
friends.
do the foundations class with you and the body process class. I think, wow, that's next week already. How does it get any better than that? So, when you took your foundations, Junaline, could you share with us your journey? I'd like to, I'd really like to know how your life was changed by foundations.
How's the connection? We are
We can hear
doing
you clearly.
okay.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
clear.
we can hear you.
Okay,
We can
okay.
hear
Yeah.
you.
I'm not sure if I'm the one. I'm not sure if I'm the one who is like not clear or you guys. Okay, so your
You
question. I got
are.
your question. How was my first foundation class?
Yeah, and what
Right?
did that change for you?
Yeah, my first foundation class. Wow, it was very interesting journey actually. What how I got into all of this. Some years ago, I think it was in 2013, I discovered access bars. I heard about access bars from one of my fellow Theta Healing instructors. I was a Theta Healing instructor before. So she started talking about 32 points on the head. And so when she said like that, I only heard 32 points in the head, how we can change our limiting beliefs. When I heard that, I said, I want to learn this 32 points in the head. That's all I remember thinking at that time. And of course, I wanted to, I don't know, experience this session, this access bar session. And no one was doing that in Lebanon where I was living. So I was looking all over, like the world. And one time I was on vacation in Canada and I booked a session. I found a practitioner there. She gave me an access bar session and I actually fell asleep during the session. And I thought, that's an access bar session? I had a point of view that something magical and dramatic is going to happen, that all energies are going to run and all my limiting beliefs will be like dissipated like right there. But it didn't happen. I slept. Okay. And I said, okay, that's it. And she's like, yes, that's it. And see what happens. I'm like, okay, this better work because I just paid you $160. for a private session. So anyway, um, after that, I bought a couple of books from her. Being You by Dane Here, the book Being You. I don't know if you guys have it. Being You, the book by
Yes,
Dane Here.
yes,
Yes.
have
And
that.
yes, and then there's another book like uh, Write Riches for You or something like that. One of those. Yay! Great.
Oh, there.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, anyway, I went home, I read the book, and then I started learning about the tools of access. And I love the questions, the way it's about questions, And I was starting to apply these two questions, the way, the energy of questions. I was starting to apply in my work, in my sessions. And then one day, one of my clients who came for Theta Healing session, I don't know why, I asked her, "Hey, would you like to try something different?" Or no, actually, before that, I didn't learn access bars yet. So when I wanted to learn access bars, I was just curious, what is an access bars? That's all. So I found someone. I went to France to study access bars there with an American teacher. And then I told her I want to learn access bars. And then she said, "Oh, I'm also teaching the foundation class." I'm like, "What is the foundation class?" She said, "Oh, it's an advanced, like level of, whatever. I can't remember what she said. It went blank. So when she said, "We want to take the foundation class," I said, "Yes." I did not think about it. I did not read anything about it. There's not much information back then. The website of Access Consciousness was like didn't have much information, but it called to me, the foundation class. So making the story short, I went to France. My husband came with me. He was very interested in the way things have changed in my life. He took the same classes with me, access bars and foundation. My facilitator invited me to become a facilitator in Lebanon for access bars. He said, "You can take two other classes from other facilitators, and you guys can teach your first classes in Lebanon." So we're like, okay, like this. We're just curious, and said yes. And when I learned the foundation there, it was like, for me, it was everything I've always known, like about the mysteries of the universe. It was that magical. It was like, wow, 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 after wow, after wow, after wow. Topics
Wow.
topics on relationship, topics on money, topics on energy, topics on awareness, topics on entities, topics on bodies. It's such a different point of view. Yet at the same time, I knew in the back of my head, maybe in a past life, I've been with this knowledge before. So it was very transformative. Me and my husband were like totally different people after 4 days in France. We came back to Lebanon. We're like, wow, that was something else, because it was really, it's like it's like learning a new way of living, a new way of life. But yet, in the back of your head, there's something that you knew about it.
That you
In,
knew it already.
Instinctively, you knew something about it. Energetically, you don't forget. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of a reminder. At least that was my experience. It was like a reminder of my purpose in life. So, and also the information and the knowledge of access, the body, the whole body of work that is access consciousness is really magical, because a lot of that information came from, I don't know, light beings. Like they're sort of channeled information, yet they're very practical and very transformative. You can apply them in this reality for people of this planet. So this is what I learned. And then that was it. That was my first foundation class. It was like, wow, I came back. I feel like the world was different, or I was different. Hence, the world was different. I became different in the way I dealt with people. And actually, my husband noticed that I became more of me. Meaning, I know it sounds so vague when you say, "Oh, I'm more of you," "You're more of you," or "more of me." It means like you actually step out of your whatever shell, your exoskeleton. Like you're more like less hiding. You're truly being you. So it's like all those dramas, or I don't know, limiting beliefs
Traumas,
that I had
effects.
before, yeah, about everything, they peeled away. I'm still a work in progress, but they peeled away after that first foundation class. So, and then after that, I mean, of course, I processed it for some time. I was integrating what I learned. It took me 6 months before I actually taught my first bars class. I wasn't intent on teaching bars. I just wanted to for me. But then, when we taught our first bars class in Lebanon, that was a hit. And since then, I chose it's like it's so fast. I chose to become a CF within a year of becoming a bars facilitator. The journey was really fast because I really, really loved it. I love the changes, and I love the changes it creates with people, for people. It's
Yeah.
fast. It's really fast.
And I saw the picture of your first bars class in Lebanon. There were a lot of people. That was you posted it on Facebook. That was 2016, if I remember correctly.
That was in Jordan.
Ah, that was in Jordan.
In Lebanon, I gave my first bars class in 2014. And there were a
Oh,
lot of people at my first bar. Me and my husband were facilitating it together. And so, yeah, so then, it became, and I actually opened a center after that. I was teaching a lot of access consciousness classes. The whole family, my husband and my sister-in-law, were all facilitators of access bars. We were teaching access in Lebanon. And yeah, so, and then, I got invited to Jordan for their first access bars class in 2016.
it
And
looks
now
like
there's many.
there's like 20 people in your first class in Jordan or more.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. There's
Yeah,
kids
a
too,
lot.
and there's men. There's a lot of men. There's like a third of them were men, and it's very rare to have men in such classes. But we had like men. They were all like coaches. They're all life coaches and
Mm.
businessmen. Yeah, and it was very interesting because we did it on the floor, like it's the Arabic way. We didn't have the massage tables. We did it on the floor, we call them the Majlis set. It was amazing. And now they have many bars. They have many facilitators in Jordan. And also at that time I was looking for people in the Middle East, like Saudi, and like things like that, because I wanted to teach them. But it was a little bit tough to penetrate these communities because I only speak English, and they're Arabic. I would always need a translator. Actually, in fact, the first translated Arabic translated DVD of Access Bars was
Mhm.
created in my class in Jordan, m-
Oh,
o- o- on
wow.
the fly, because my translator, at that time there was no Arabic translation of the manual, nor the DVD that they show you the bars.
Yeah.
So they did it the night before our class. They put like the subtitles,
Wow.
and yeah, yes. And she was the first Arabic translator that I recommended to Access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, June Hebrew, Junaline, Junaline was tagged as the one who started Access Consciousness in Lebanon and the Middle East because like she's yeah.
How does it get any better than that? But
Mm.
anyway, I'd like to know what, because you said you were more you after the foundations. Before the foundations, how were you not you?
How was I not me? I thought I was me, but actually, like what we're considering, what we're calling insecurity, it's because I wasn't really me. Who was I being? No wonder I was insecure, or what I was calling insecure, because I didn't know who that was, who that persona was, that was with that face, with that mask that's showing up in the world, like, um, was I my parents? Was I my boyfriends? Was I my students?
Wow, I love those questions.
You know what I mean? Like, who are you truly being? So, a lot of our points of views, how it's interesting how we mimic uh, people's pains, people's realities, and we think they're ours. We think they're ours. But when you realize, like you get your bars run, you do a lot of access tools, and start asking questions, you realize these are not yours. They don't belong to you.
Mm.
Um, and that's what I mean by I have become more of me, because I've peeled away those layers that I thought were me, like these old patterns, old programs that we learn or
Wait.
consciously, subconsciously. Yeah, yeah. Now you have a choice. This is it. We have a choice. I realized, I learned that I have a choice. Most people don't think they have a choice. They think that they inherit something from their family. It's always been like this, therefore it's going to be like this forever. We've always done it like that. It's not going to change. Okay, this is the way it is. Whether it's school or religion or your family or even your friends. For
I
me,
like to know.
choice.
All right. I like to know. I like to ask you about your awareness because I also heard Dean here, Dr. Dean here said that being you, you being you, is actually the one of the greatest contributions there is in the world, right?
Yeah.
What can you say about that?
What do you mean by that? What are you aware of, June, when you heard this from
When
Dane?
Dr. Dane here said that being you is the greatest contribution or one of the greatest contributions you can be in this world, and actually it struck me because I think you were right. A lot of us, many people are living not by being themselves, but being the social constructs that they were poured into when they were growing. Like, and then they made themselves believe that it's cemented in them and it's something that's unchangeable, right? So, um, I'd like to ask you, was the process of you being you a hard one? I mean, did you feel that it was also there was a lot of I don't, drilling that needed to happen because many things were cemented in this reality that you need to shake.
Yeah, actually, before access consciousness, I was always seeking. I was always on a search of personal development, always wanting to. Yeah, I was a seeker. I wanted to always change. Like it was an interesting point of view. I always want to change, or I want to, let go of something, release something. Always, like I I went into many things actually before discovering access. So it's like I thought this point of view that I was looking for myself as if I was lost. I went into yoga, meditation, all kinds of stuff. And no, not it's not a
Yeah, yeah,
wrongness. It's part of the journey, like going through all of that. Um, Breath work, NLP, all kinds of things. I was very, very curious. So, but I always would go back to the wrongness of me or something. There was just not, it was, I found it was difficult to be human at one point, to be in this body. Yeah. So, like, with the discovery of access consciousness, it just seems so fast and organic. Like, there was not a lot of effort there. And there's no words for it really. I cannot define when exactly it happened. It just happened like as it's just the energy, right? There's no definition for an energy, but I knew something has changed. People also tell me that I have changed, and when you change, you can tell, and actually people tell you that. And when people leave you, you know that you've changed. When friends leave you, they cannot keep up with your vibration. That's okay.
Someone, somebody saying, I have the same experience. It's like with access, I don't make an effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know, not really. So I tell you what, actually, last couple of weeks I was going through some kind of funk. It's like a really weird, yuck, stuck energy. It's like, ugh, like this. 2 days ago, I asked my husband, "Can you run my bars, please?" Sometimes I forget that I have the bars as a tool, and he ran my bars. The next day, I was like, "Oh, what was that? What just happened? I forgot about it." It's really amazing. I realize again and again how magical access bars is, or any access body processes are, which actually you get to learn in a 3-day body class.
Yeah, would
And
like to ask you about that. How amazing
yeah,
is a 3-day body class? Because I've never experienced that.
the
I've
3-day
done the
body class,
foundation.
yeah, the 3-day body class, my first 3-day body class also was like maybe a year after I've taken the foundation. I went to teach to take it from my same teacher. I went to Istanbul for that. I used to travel a lot for all these classes because nobody was doing that in Lebanon, so I used to just invest and travel for all these classes all over the world. So I took it there, and something I discovered that it's not about body, physical body. It's not like that. Like I thought, okay, is it like we're touching somebody and we're healing the bones, or we're healing like something like in the intestine? I thought it was something like this. Maybe like energetic surgery, but it's not. It's actually using the body for me, using the body as a vehicle to uh, transform energies that may be not serving you with your body, with your life, with your living, with your money flows. And because
Money.
money flows, yes. And also you get to learn to perceive the entities in bodies. I'm also a talk to the entities facilitator, so it contributes to what I know about bodies. So
Mm.
with this 3-day body class, you really become more like it invitation for the joy of embodiment, not to curse your body being on this planet.
Yeah. Okay. So I
Total
guess on that
allowance.
note, we only have 5 minutes with you left, June.
Ah, yes.
I know you have another live today. So
Yeah.
there. We're inviting everyone to 7 Days of Change, Manila, Philippines. Junaline had to travel from Lebanon to France to attend her foundation class, and had to travel from Lebanon to Istanbul to attend her 3-day body class. But here, you can take the foundation here in the Philippines. You don't have to pay for plane fare or accommodation. And you can pay in Philippine peso for the foundation class. That's 4 days here live in Manila. And also, there's a 3-day body class right after, November 20 to 22, also in
Yeah.
Manila. So, how
And
does it get any better than that?
the
How does it get any
prerequisite,
better than
yeah,
this?
prerequisite is the access bars through foundation. It really is like I would just like to ask, like, like what would your life be like in 5 years if you choose the foundation class?
And you know
Like,
what? You asking that is so expansive. Like the energy in me is so giggly. I'm giggling right now, really listening to your story earlier. I'm giggling with the idea of
Like,
having more people becoming who they truly are, the lightness of who they are. I
yeah,
am giggling with the idea of what we can contribute really, and how this would open up a lot of possibilities for everybody. That was
yeah,
so
yeah.
expansive. That was just so expansive.
yeah. And then
And this weekend, June and I will be facilitating bars class.
Of course.
yoo-hoo! Where? What day?
Um, I,
Saturday?
Sunday. So I'll be in Makati.
Wait,
I
what,
have a class in Makati. He has a
Huh?
class at Shaw.
Ah,
I
so
mean, it's still
two
in
different
Manila, two different class.
classes.
yeah,
So
but
he's
we're swapping first. We're doing our swap on Saturday first, and then Sunday we facilitate the class.
so
Because we
we'll,
make it a point. We make it a point to have at least one bar swap a week because it's
mm-mm.
fun for us.
Yes, it is. It is great.
Creates
Yeah,
fun
no,
for
Yeah,
us.
like you have to. It is fun. Do it for the fun of it.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so I guess we'll end with Juneline's words. What will your life be like if you choose the foundation or the 3-day body
And
class?
the 3-day body class.
And pala, sorry, we'll change that. Okay,
And the 3-day body class because it is
and
7 days of change, my friends.
yes.
Lucky
Is there
seven.
right? Is there anything else that you'd like to tell them before we end this broadcast, Junaline?
I'm actually very, very excited because it's like I'm honored to be coming home to Philippines, the motherland. I was born there. I'm Filipino. And it's like, what contribution can I be to all of you? And also, can I receive from the land and from the people and all the kababayan? So I'm very, very excited. It's really an honor. It's really an honor. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to all of this.
Yay. So we'll see June. That's actually in a couple of days. That's like 9 days from now. November 16. Yeah. So
November
hopefully,
16, like
yes,
yes, countdown
yes,
is on. Countdown is
yeah.
on,
Countdown is on.
everybody.
So
Yeah,
we'll
and
see
we
you.
oh, and we have an energy pool series coming up.
Yes. Yes, we're also have free classes for you. We'll keep you updated. Okay, so
Okay,
that's it
thanks
for
everybody for
now.
watching us.
Thank you,
Okay,
Junaline and June, for being here. And thank you, everybody.
okay,
Bye for now. See you soon.
bye, bye, bye.